What if I told you that the success of your small business doesn't begin with sales, or marketing, or even the product you sell, but with something far less glamorous: bookkeeping? I know what you might be thinking. Bookkeeping? That sounds boring, complicated, maybe even intimidating. But stay with me, because by the end of this conversation, you're going to see bookkeeping in a completely different light. You'll understand why it's not just about numbers on a page, but about clarity, control, and ultimately, freedom. Freedom to make decisions with confidence. Freedom to grow your business without guesswork. So, what is bookkeeping? At its simplest, bookkeeping is the process of recording every financial transaction that happens in your business. Every sale, every expense, every dollar moving in or out. It's about knowing exactly where your money is going so nothing is left to chance. Whether it's a payment from a client, a supplier invoice, or even the coffee you bought during a meeting, bookkeeping organizes those details into a clear picture of your financial reality. Now pause and think about this. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? Or maybe asked yourself, am I actually making a profit? If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. Most entrepreneurs, especially when starting out, run their businesses on gut instinct rather than data. And here's the problem. Gut instinct can lead you straight into trouble. Because when you're making decisions blindly, like whether to hire a new employee, invest in equipment, or launch a marketing campaign, you risk overspending, undercharging, or worse, running out of cash at the worst possible time. Bookkeeping fixes that. It's like turning on the headlights when you're driving down a dark road at night. Suddenly, you can see where you're going. Now, let's break it down. How is bookkeeping actually done? Traditionally, people used ledgers and handwritten entries. But today, most businesses, big and small, use digital tools: QuickBooks, Xero, Wave, even simple spreadsheets. The method doesn't matter as much as the habit. The key is consistency, recording transactions in an organized way so you always know exactly where your business stands. Let me give you an example. Imagine you own a small bakery. Every morning you bake fresh bread and pastries. Throughout the day you sell them, money coming in. But you also spend money: flour, sugar, rent, employee wages, delivery costs. Bookkeeping means recording every single one of those transactions. At the end of the month, you review the data and see your true profit. Not what you think it is, but what it actually is. And here's the magic. With that data, you can make better decisions. Maybe one pastry is incredibly profitable, while another barely breaks even. Now you know where to focus your energy. Why does bookkeeping matter so much? 3 big reasons. First, compliance. Governments require accurate records for taxes. If you ever get audited, and yes, it happens, having clean books can save you from massive headaches. Imagine being asked for receipts from 2 years ago and pulling them up instantly. That's peace of mind. Second, growth. Want to apply for a loan? Bring on investors. Get approved for grants. They'll all ask for financial statements, and you can't produce those without good bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the foundation of every major financial move you'll make. Third, confidence. Knowing your numbers reduces stress. It lets you make decisions with clarity. No more late-night anxiety about payroll or wondering if you can afford new equipment. You'll know. And that feeling of control, priceless. Now, let's clear up a common misconception. Bookkeeping is not the same as accounting. Think of bookkeeping as the groundwork, the detailed tracking of transactions. Accounting takes those records, analyzes them, and interprets them to give you insights. Bookkeepers handle the details. Accountants look at the big picture. You need both, but bookkeeping always comes first. Another example, this time from a different type of business. Say you're a freelance graphic designer. You get paid per project. You also buy software subscriptions, maybe new equipment like a drawing tablet. Without bookkeeping, it's easy to lose track of what's actually profit. You might think you're earning a lot, but once you subtract expenses, the truth can be shocking. Bookkeeping shows you the truth, good or bad, so you can adjust. Maybe you need to raise your rates, maybe you need to cut costs. Either way, you're no longer guessing. I can already hear you saying, But I'm too busy to do bookkeeping, and I get it. Running a business is hard, there's always something more urgent, but ignoring your books doesn't save time, it just creates problems. Because eventually, you'll have to face the numbers, either on your terms, or when tax season forces you to. Consistency is everything. Even 10 minutes a day can transform your financial clarity. So, what does good bookkeeping actually involve? 4 key tasks. 1. Recording transactions. Every sale, every expense. Nothing is too small. 2. Categorizing transactions. Grouping them into clear categories like rent, utilities, payroll, and revenue. 3. Reconciling accounts. Comparing your records to your bank statements to make sure they match. 4. Generating financial reports. The big 3 are the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. These show whether you're profitable, what you own, what you owe, and how money moves through your business. Sound overwhelming? Don't worry. You don't have to do it all manually. Tools and professionals can help. But even if someone else does your books, you still need to understand what's happening. Because you are responsible for your business's numbers. Let's tackle another common question. Can I just do this once a year? Technically, yes. But should you? Absolutely not. Doing your books once a year is like checking your health once a year. You might discover problems too late. By keeping up with your books weekly or monthly, you catch mistakes, spot trends, and make informed decisions in real time. Here's a true story. A friend of mine runs a small cafe. Sales looked steady, so she assumed everything was fine. But at tax time, when she finally reviewed her books, she discovered she was losing money on several menu items. Some drinks cost more to make than she was charging. If she'd tracked regularly, she could have fixed it months earlier. After adjusting her pricing, her profits doubled in 2 months. That's the power of bookkeeping. Bookkeeping isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about spotting opportunities. With clear data, you see patterns. Which products sell best? Which months are busiest? Which clients are most profitable? You can plan ahead instead of reacting. You can set aside money for taxes, save for emergencies, and invest in growth. This is what separates struggling businesses from thriving ones. And let's not ignore the emotional side. Money is emotional. It's tied to survival, dreams, pride. When your finances are messy, it creates constant stress, even if you don't consciously notice it. But when you take control of your books, that stress starts to melt away. You feel confident walking into meetings, confident talking to investors, confident making decisions for your future. For small business owners and entrepreneurs, bookkeeping isn't optional, it's essential. It's the quiet engine behind every success story. Without it, you're guessing. With it, you're in control. So, what's your first step? Start simple. Choose a system you'll actually use, whether it's software or a spreadsheet. Schedule time weekly to update it. Treat it like a meeting you can't miss. And if it feels overwhelming, get help. Hire a bookkeeper. Outsource it. But don't ignore it. Because bookkeeping isn't just about taxes. It's about building the life and business you want. Picture this. A year from now, you open your books. Every number makes sense. You know exactly how much profit you've made, where your money's going, and what you can afford to invest. You feel calm, in control. That's the future good bookkeeping creates. So I'll leave you with this. Bookkeeping is not about math. It's about mastery. It's about clarity. It's about unlocking your business's true potential. Take control of your numbers, and you take control of your future.